Hey, how's it going, everybody? A little bit of an interesting topic for us to talk about today, and it's going to feel like I'm kind of beating a dead horse here, but I do think there's some positive things to spin on this. Obviously, the topic of conversation is about Unreal Engine 5. It has been for a very long time for many people, talking about the kind of the state that Rocket League is in, and kind of want to have some like harsh realities talked about in today's video, and potentially some positives and some things that are being done outside of Rocket League that may benefit due to the partnership with Epic Games. For those that don't know what I'm talking about or what I'm alluding to, there was a post that was put out by both Rocket League and Fortnite on Twitter, which who knows how the heck and how long that's going to go with how much Elon Musk is continuing to kill the platform day in and day out. But there was a trailer that has been posted that's probably showing on the screen right now with the hashtag high octane. And it shows a little octane with the ball next to it and then a pickaxe. But this is from the RLCS opening theme. If you've ever watched the Rocket League esports intro, this feels like kind of the opening cinematic where they play the intro music and stuff. But what's different is instead of going to hit the ball, this is kind of like the rift or whatever the heck they call it, where it's an item in Fortnite where you use that item and then you teleport into the sky and then you open in a time space continuum rift thing. Basically opens up a different portal to an area, and then you can float back down. It's a way to escape if you're under pressure. But they're doing that with an octane. So a lot of people are trying to figure out what the heck this means and what it is. A lot of jokes about having to pay $8 a month, Twitter blue, but for the octane, and they're removing the octane from the game and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But the Fortnite game Twitter adds a little bit more context, saying from Champions Field to the island starting tomorrow. If you guys would like me to explore what the heck is going on in Fortnite and you'd like to see footage of that, let me know in the comments down below. But my assumption is that right now the octane is kind of just in the creator and the custom mode of Fortnite, but it is actually being brought to the physical in-game battle royale as something that is playable. What that's going to entail, what that's going to look like, what the implementation is, we'll have to wait and see. But it's one of the things that I think makes Rocket League so successful is that there is actual new content being provided. There's new ways to play the game and the battle royale, whether it be no build mode or otherwise. There's new additions, and I started doing some digging about kind of trends and stuff overall. Initially, Unreal Engine 5 has been talked about and debuted for quite a while. It was first had its demo debuted back in like May of 2020, and eventually in like chapter 3 of the Fortnite campaign thing, it made the move over to Unreal Engine 5. That was back in like December, late December, early January of last year, or the beginning of this year, I should say. So from there, and kind of looking at the general trends, the blue line is Rocket League and the red line is Fortnite. And while both are owned by Epic Games, obviously very different approaches to how the game is played. Part of that is, in fact, that at any given time when you talk about people who are talking about or engaging, this is an easy way to kind of see the trend of how well things are going. 2/3 through that graph, you see a massive uptick, or like, I wouldn't say massive, but a big like swing up. That is when the game went free to play. And then it is kind of plateaued or stayed the same. And you see that kind of in all aspects of Rocket League. I'm not saying that Rocket League is necessarily dying, but what I am saying is that a lot of the things that we are waiting on just aren't technically possible. The reality is, right now, Psyonix is developing Unreal Engine 5 for Rocket League. It's going to take some time. You do not have, like in Fortnite, Unreal Engine 4, where a lot of the things that you build also translate and go across to Unreal Engine 5. The developers for Psyonix have to basically recreate the entire game. They have to make sure the physics engine feels similar. They have to make sure that the units, how everything's moved, how it translates across is rebuilt. All the assets, everything. That takes an insane amount of time. So for Psyonix developers, the difficulty is, do we implement new content into Rocket League to keep it fresh and exciting? Or do we put all of our efforts and allocate things into building this new engine as quickly as possible? Many of us, myself included, as I've stated, is what will save Rocket League is new content. I'm not talking cosmetics. I'm not talking new maps. I'm not talking, we need new and unique and exciting ways to play this game. And the difficulty is there is that tough conversation of, do we just try to dedicate and get it done as quickly as possible, or do we sprinkle in some new stuff here and there? One way to go about doing that is hiring third-party people like Lethamyr to do the custom maps and the exciting things that keep things entertaining and interesting, which I think they did a phenomenal job of. Part 2 of that is going to be coming out this week with apparently Jack. Make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on it. Ton of fun. Great way to play and enjoy the game. The conversation, I guess, revolves around the fact that if we can't do it necessarily in Rocket League right now, what ways can we go about doing it? And that's kind of the positive spin I want to put on this, or the topic for conversation. Let me know if you guys feel the same way. But if you saw that Google Trends graph, you're talking at the best when Rocket League is most discussed or most talked about at any given point. Even in those peaks for Rocket League, Fortnite has like 200 to 300% the amount of interest involved in it. So by showing Rocket League items and features in Unreal Engine 5, it hits two birds with one stone. Number one, hopefully that Fortnite community then trickles down and uses the Epic launcher to go into Rocket League, and you see kind of a growth of interest in that capacity, both in players as well as just people talking about it, which then trickles down to everything else. Viewership, which again, viewership for most Rocket League creators is, I wouldn't say it's necessarily like dropping, but it is not to the level of what it once was. It is down. You also see that in the esport. You're talking regionals, which used to get 80 to 100,000, now pull like 30 to 40,000. Some of that is due to the fact that it was only a 6-week off season and there's a lot of Rocket League and there's that oversaturation. Those are entirely different conversations. But I personally believe that by adding stuff into Fortnite that is Rocket League oriented, because they are owned by the same parent company, not only does it allow you to get ahead of building the assets, it allows you to test and kind of showcase certain things, because it is being built in Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5 has been used now for about just shy of a year for Fortnite. So again, you're talking the ability to not only get ahead and kind of speed up the process, but it also hopefully kicks back interest into the game as well. So this is hopefully, and I guess my curiosity is I will probably, for the first time and probably like forever, reinstall Fortnite, see how it feels, what it looks like, how it interacts, what that kind of that feeling is, and if there is some similarities or some things that allow you to kind of be like, okay, I can understand the way this feels and works and all that kind of stuff. Maybe they are trying to put some emphasis on this over here so it benefits over here as well. So I'm curious, but primarily this, just to kind of quell everybody's expectations, they're adding what it looks like the Octane and what they had in creative mode into Fortnite as the BR, as the all-encompassing like game mode. It does not affect Rocket League. I don't think that's anything else outside of it, but it is good to kind of garner that interest or kind of raise the eyebrows of people and hopefully see that trickle back in. Because if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, I've noticed it in my channel. I know a lot of other big creators have noticed it. People just aren't interested in Rocket League as they once were. There hasn't been anything to grip people back in. The esport used to help a lot, watching it at a high level, but outside of that, it is definitely diminished. And it's a harsh reality. You know, it's something that we all have to face. I'm trying to make some adjustments to my channel as well to keep the ball rolling. But again, I'm curious on what your guys' thoughts are. I guess that's my inquiry to all of you. Are you also in that kind of same sentiment? Are you kind of just burnt out? Are you kind of just not interested? Are you still loving playing Rocket League every day? What is it that you guys really want? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd be interested to hear what your guys' thoughts and questions, concerns are. All your comments are always appreciated. But that is going to do it. Today's more of just kind of like a open thought kind of conversation piece. So let me know what you guys think. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm going to keep my eyes out. If you would like to see some gameplay footage of what the heck is going on in Fortnite and see if there's some parallels, let me know. But yeah, it's going to do it for today's video. As always, like, subscribe, notifications. Let me know what you guys think down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.